Hello, Lori.
Hi, Judy.
Hi. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm with Lori Eisenberger of Beanermunky Chocolates in downtown Dundas, and I am Judy Chapala with the Loft Realty. So thanks again, Lori. It's a great time great opportunity to be speaking to you. Your shop is well known, I'm sure, to most of us in Dundas. So if you could just describe, please, your business, if you would, please.
Sure. So we are considered a artisan chocolate shop, and what that means is that we make everything in very small batches, and also we do it 100% by hand. Either myself, my chocolatiers, and we have some chocolatier assistants here as well. So we bring the chocolate in its finished form. We temper it, and then we use that to make our Belgian chocolate, fork dipped artisan chocolates and confections.
Yeah, so it is from Belgium.
Yeah, the chocolate we use for our artisan chocolates is from Belgium, and that's just a personal preference for me in terms of the quality and also the mouth feel of the chocolate. The way they process the chocolate is very, very fine particles in it, and I like it for the artisan chocolates. The chocolate itself, the cacao, comes from the cocoa belt in South American countries, but the processing is done in Belgium.
Okay, it's very good chocolate. We all know that.
Thank you.
So how did you come up with the name Beanermunky?
So I get asked that quite a bit because it is an unusual name. I have two boys. They're grown adults now. Actually, I'm a grandmother now, a couple times over. But the two boys, when they were growing up, they got nicknames, and their nicknames for my son Jacob was Beaner, and for my son Matthew, the nickname was Monkey. So I just put the two together. We still call him at the odd time, but not so much anymore.
It's great to have such an unusual name, and your logo is really interesting as well, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. So the Beaner part of Beanermunky is a graphic designer. That's my son Jacob, and he designed my logo, and he does all of my print work as well too.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And how long have you been in Dundas now?
So in Dundas, I think this is our ninth year here in Dundas. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe it's gone so fast.
And you've got is it Waterdown? You have another location?
So we had the location in Waterdown, which we've actually just closed around March or April of this year. We just closed that location, and I'm just focusing on the Dundas location now.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Um, and how did you get started in this business?
Well, I actually, in my previous career, this is a second career for me, I was in the financial services industry, and chocolate making was my hobby or my sort of, things I did on the weekend to relax. I made it for gifts for family and friends and weddings and things like that. And then I was in that industry for about 28 years and decided that my kids were grown and maybe it's time to take a chance and try something new, let my creativity out, and I let my hobby become my full-time job.
Yeah, it's really quite an amazing business you've got there. I mean,
Thank you.
and over the years, I must say, of course, you've been so good to us in terms of our annual Dundas Seniors Day, which I've been chairing for years. And you
Mhm.
always provide us with these beautiful little boxes of two chocolates each with ribbon attached to it
Yeah.
and matching the decor. And it's just such a lovely addition to the dinner that we
Oh,
provide.
thank you. I'm glad to be able to help out.
Yeah, it's lovely. And you have some interesting chocolates there. I mean, you got shoes and you do, what's the strangest kind of thing you've ever been requested to
Well,
make?
we did have a customer come to us, and he was asking if we could make a heart-shaped chocolate box. And we thought, okay, that it wasn't Valentine's, so it seemed a little unusual. But he was actually going to put a ring in it, bring it to a restaurant, have the chef plate it up, and he was going to use it as a proposal. So we do things like that. We've done an Easter egg that's smashed open for a gender reveal. But the oddest, most unusual item was I had to hand sculpt a toilet plunger for a gift for a plumber who was retiring. So
Yeah,
that one was probably the most unusual one I had to do.
that's fun, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
great. We love it because you get a chance to, let your creativity out rather than the day-to-day things. It's always fun.
So you're sculpting it out of a block of chocolate.
Well, yeah, we used different techniques to do it. We molded parts of it, we sculpted parts of it. Yeah, we had to kind of come up with a way to make a plunger. It looked pretty good.
Boy, what an awesome gift. You wouldn't want to eat it though, but then I guess
I don't know what happened. I should have asked.
And I think you have a shoe in your store as an example of what happens if you leave it in a hot car as well.
Yes, yeah. This time of year, chocolatiers do not like the summer because,
Yeah.
yeah, especially on those crazy hot days, just getting it from the store to your car can be a challenge. But yeah, the sun is not a fan of, I'm not a fan of the sun.
So when you started 9 years ago, what was it like then? Like, was it pretty crazy for you?
Well, actually, I originally started maybe about 10 or 11 years ago. I originally was in the Hamilton Farmers Market. I'm not sure if you're aware of, that's a fully indoor market with individual stalls. So I had a licensed commercial kitchen in the market or in my house, and I would make the chocolate and bring it to the market. I wanted to start that way to sort of develop my recipes, develop a bit of a customer base on a fairly low cost way to do it. And it got to the point at the market where I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't make enough chocolate to keep everything filled up. So I started looking for the brick and mortar. So that was a big change from the beginning to coming to Dundas and coming into an actual shop. That was a really big change in the business.
Yeah, it must be interesting because I know in your shop you've got windows so you can see a little bit into the back, but you don't see a lot of the production. I mean,
Yeah,
I think you've got one of those conveyor belts. Do you? Is it?
we don't. Yeah, we don't use those. There are actual enrobers that look like a conveyor belt for making chocolate, but we do everything by hand, so we don't have those.
Okay. Because I have a friend in Buffalo who has a chocolate factory, and we went back
Oh,
to watch it, and it was just like out of I Love Lucy
oh
because they
yeah, yeah,
it was really
yeah,
quite fun. But you're more advanced than that, so that's good.
yeah.
But well, that's wonderful. It's a great business to be in, that's for sure. And
Hmm.
how do you like what's it like with the staff, and do you train them to be chocolatiers? Do they come
Yeah,
in?
and it takes a while to train somebody to the level where I can simply say to them, "This is what we need today. Off you go." It does take a couple of good years, and even then some. And even myself, I'm still learning as well. I'm still taking additional courses, but I have a great team with me right now. I couldn't ask for more. They're just fantastic. If I want to take some time off, which is something I couldn't do before, I don't have to worry about the store. I don't have to worry about production. Everything is taken care of. So I'm very blessed right now.
They're a great staff because I go in there to buy
Yeah.
various people, and if I'm asking for a recommendation, they're always very helpful. So,
Oh, that's good to hear. Thank you.
oh, fantastic. So do you come up with new ideas? Because I know chocolate's wonderful, but I know you've got chocolate covered. I don't know if it's not bacon strips, but you've got
Yep, we do.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, of course, we always want to come up with new things, both for the customer and for ourselves too. We don't want to make the same things
yeah,
over and over. And that's really the beauty of having a small independent shop and not a franchise, is that whatever I want to try, I can make. And it's funny, we just had, I'll let you in on a little secret. Our next product we're working on, we had some chili mangoes that I'd order in to use for something else, and it didn't work out. And I'm actually putting them in one of our bars. So we've got these like spicy mango bits that we're putting in a chocolate bar. So we're still developing that recipe, but so far it's really nice. So anytime we want, we can come up with something brand new.
and you can try exactly. It's something that's kind of a bit exotic, or you think,
Mhm.
oh, I wonder how well this is going to go over. But if it doesn't, it doesn't, and if it
Yeah,
does,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And if something doesn't sell, we take it off the shelf and we replace it with something new. If it's a good seller, we keep it. Yeah.
have you been to any chocolatiers outside of Canada at all?
Yes. So my poor husband, even when we travel within Canada, within Ontario, everywhere we're going, like we were in Goderich last week. So of course I'm online and I'm Googling, any shops I might be able to visit. So I do that all the time. But I have taken a couple of courses for my master chocolatier certificate, and they were in Italy, where we visited, oh my goodness, some beautiful, and we got some behind the scene, we got to go behind the counter and look at the production, and it was a fantastic chocolate shops we visited there. I was in Ecuador to learn the bean to bar, like how chocolate is made from the cacao bean. We visited chocolate shops there. And then on my personal travels, I've been to the Netherlands and Germany and a couple of other places. And of course, the first thing I do is look up the chocolate shops. It's really nice to see what other chocolatiers are doing, not just in North America, but in Europe as well too. And then you sort of get a little bit inspired by what they're doing.
Have you any idea how long it's been a a profession, a chocolatier?
For the chocolatiers, oh my goodness, it's been hundreds of years. It originated in Europe because originally the cacao beans were only used as a drink by the Mayan people. They never really made it into chocolate. It was once it came over to Europe. And of course, they had drinking chocolate in the cafes, but then mostly the French started to develop it into what we know today in terms of the way they processed the chocolate and made it with the cocoa butter, introduced the tempering. So it was really the French and probably the Swiss that were the first ones to make chocolate the way we know it today.
Yeah. And what was that movie that we know? Was it?
Chocolat.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, I just saw that recently at the Westdale. They showed that movie at the Westdale Theater, and I was there giving out chocolate too, and we did some drinking chocolate. It was a great event. It was very fun. Yeah.
I hadn't heard of that. I wish I had, but that,
Yeah, it was really good.
yeah, great movie. And do you live in Dundas, Lori?
I actually live on the West Mountain in Hamilton. I think I spend more hours here than I do at home, but yeah, I was born and raised in Hamilton, and right now we're just living on the West Mountain.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty close anyway, isn't it?
Oh yeah, very 15 minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah. So what other products do you have?
Well, we do the artisan
Yeah, I know you've
chocolates.
got.
We do things like what we call confections, and that is more like pretzels and barks. And of course, you mentioned the shoes. We do flats and things like that. And something new that we've just introduced when I closed the Waterdown shop, I brought the display case into Dundas, and we've started doing the Belgian chocolate dipped fruits like apricots and figs and kiwi, and we've got papaya, all different types of fruit like that. And there's a whole case of that now. So that's all new for us. And that's one of the things I always saw in Europe in the chocolate shops there that I would really want to have here. So now I'm able to do that. Yeah,
Chocolate goes with everything, doesn't it?
it does. It really does.
You can have chocolate before dinner, during dinner, after dinner. It doesn't really.
Absolutely. And it's amazing, our demographic, when people say, oh, what's your demographic? It really is toddler to senior and everywhere in between. Everybody loves chocolate, and we have our chocolate holidays like Valentine's, Christmas, Easter, everybody loves chocolate. So it's really a big part of our lives.
So you'll be gearing up, I hate to say it, but for Halloween, I assume. Is that right?
Yes, whatever Halloween will look like this year, we don't know, but yes, we will be gearing up very soon for Halloween things, which are very fun confections to make. Yeah.
Yeah. And you do take special orders.
We do, yeah, for if it's in events or weddings or sometimes corporate, people are looking for specific things for an event, and we try our best to make something custom for them. Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say are the biggest challenges of perhaps owning a business in general, or your business in particular?
I think owning a business in general, for most small business owners, I think most people don't realize the time involved with that you have to put into it to make your business successful. It really is 24/7. And I think a lot of people may not realize that at first. And I actually struggle a bit with the life-work balance. I'm getting better now that I have a great staff. I am trying to, and I have grandkids I want to enjoy. So I am trying to balance it a little bit more. But especially at the beginning, you really have to be aware of how much time is involved.
Yeah. But it's something you love doing, so it's not.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, I used to grumble working 40 hours a week, and now I'm happy working 60 to 70 hours a week. So yeah, yeah.
It's true, isn't it? If you like
Yeah.
what you're doing, it makes all the difference for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's next for you? Any plans in terms of work or anything else?
Well, in terms of work, when we had the Waterdown shop, the reason I opened that shop was to do wine and chocolate pairings, and we also wanted to do kids in the kitchen classes, tasting workshops, that kind of thing, which we did, and they were very successful. They sold out right away. And that's something I'd like to bring into the Dundas shop. Now, of course, with COVID, I'm going to have to put those plans on hold a little bit until we don't want to gather people together in, large groups. But once we're in a little safer, society, once everything's a little bit better, I'd like to try to introduce that back into the Dundas shop because the customers enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them. We had this great sommelier that we worked with. We know a tea sommelier. We did tea and chocolate. So there's a lot we can do in terms of educating people and sort of a little extra enjoyment of chocolate.
Yeah. people are always looking for something a little bit
Oh
different.
yeah,
Don't they?
yeah,
To learn
absolutely.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then something you can enjoy at the end of it is even
Oh
better.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, that sounds like fun. How old are
Yeah.
your grandchildren?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
How old are they, your grandchildren?
Oh, the grandchildren. So I have an almost 3-year-old and one that was just born a few months ago. He's about 4 months old, and one coming in October.
Isn't that lovely? Well,
So
congratulations.
it's been fantastic. We've really, really enjoyed it. And the oldest one so far, the little toddler, she loves chocolate and she's already tried making some things. So I've got a little chocolatier in training there.
Adorable. Yeah. You actually make the chocolate yourself still as well, right?
The actual chocolate,
The products in your store, like you're still in the production. You're still.
oh yes, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With my team that I have now, I don't have to do it quite as much as I used to, which gives me a little more free time for doing other things. But yeah, I'm still hands-on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I truly can't imagine what it's like. I mean, you receive big blocks of chocolate and then you just do stuff with it. And
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. It is a lot of work. I mean, you're on your feet all day and you have to be very careful. There's a lot of knowledge involved with it. But I almost zone out. It's like a Zen experience for me when I get right into it. I'm just like, I absolutely love it. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
is there a lot of physical work, like with using your hands, or is it machines?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, probably more than people realize. Even lifting the bags of chocolate up, they're quite heavy. But yeah, as I said, we do everything by hand, which involves a lot of stirring, and then the actual dipping. So fork dipping is very rarely done because it takes a lot of labor. And that can be, each batch is 150, and we might do 3 or 4 batches at a time. So yeah, you're tired at the end of the day, but it's a good tired.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Fueled by chocolate.
yeah, and all the little ones you've got at the front, in the counter there, all the traditional classic little chocolates that are filled with something or other. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all so beautiful, and your how they're packaged is lovely as well.
Oh, thank you. I actually enjoy packaging too, which might sound weird, but I always want things to be presented nicely and, of course, protect the chocolate as well too.
That's a
Yeah.
big part of everything is presentation, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is true. You eat with your eyes first, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. And if
Yeah.
you're giving a gift, you don't want to just a paper bag of chocolates. So when it comes in a
Yeah.
beautiful package with a lovely gold ribbon around it, and
Yeah, exactly. So that I wanted everything to look nice when people come in. So,
do
yeah.
you still sell ice cream?
We actually have gelato that we sell here only in the summer months, and that is made locally by a father and son team who brought the equipment in from Italy, and they make the gelato for us. But it's only in the summer months that we do that.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And do you go to any other places in Dundas, like any restaurants or shops, or do
Oh
you?
my goodness. Well, I don't know if you've been, but I love Dolce Camera, what Tara
Yes,
has done
yes,
to
yes.
the store there. Since she moved across the street, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
And
she's
then
got.
of course I love Phyllis's
I'm
shop on
wondering one of her
Cross
shops
Street.
right now from Dolce
Oh,
Camera.
oh yeah, yeah. She has a great store, and
Yeah,
the keeping room.
yeah.
Phyllis has all those beautiful kitchen tools and everything in there. So, and restaurant wise, I love Thirsty Cactus.
Mhm.
We go there a fair bit, I should say.
Yeah,
The Collins is always nice, and I love the pub too, the Winchester.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those are
We've got
my favorite spots.
yeah, they've got a good selection of places
Oh
in
yeah. Oh,
Dundas.
and the new bakery too, the French bakery.
Yeah,
The
wonderful.
French Revolution, oh my goodness, her meals and the baking is absolutely fantastic. That's
Yeah,
Rhonda there. Oh, she's done an amazing business there.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're very lucky in Dundas for
we
sure.
are. We
We've got
absolutely
a
are. There's
fantastic.
nothing like this anywhere I visited, to be honest.
Yeah,
To have the same diversification of shops, the beautiful experience. You can spend a day here and
yeah,
it's just fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, and you've got a great central location where you are. You're right next
Yes, we
to
do.
Starbucks,
Hmm.
right? Right next
Absolutely.
to
Yeah.
Starbucks? Yeah, you are.
We're like the neighbor to Starbucks. Well, there's a bank in between, but yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, Lori, thank you for your time. I know you're busy, and congratulations on a very successful business. You're an inspiration, I'm sure.
Oh, thank you very much. And again, thank you for having me on today. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in to see you at some point, I'm sure.
Okay,
Okay, Lori, bye for now.
thanks. Bye for now.
Bye bye.